Hey y'all, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, mainly because I have friends coming into town this weekend and I don't have much time to film during the day or edit. Usually I would take Friday and have that day to edit for Sunday, but I don't have Friday this weekend because my friends come into town on Friday. So I have to make this a shorter video. I'm sorry! But my video from Friday is like 20 minutes, so I feel like it balances it out. It's okay. Plus, I am back and I have more Ouija board stories that I'm very scared to read today. We're almost done with this book, so I'm gonna split these last 6 stories into 2 videos. This will have 3 stories and the next video will have 3 stories, so it'll be like 2 shorter videos, but like whatever. But I don't want to read all 6 today because I don't have time to edit that, so we're just gonna have to go with it. I'm sorry. But this next section that we're on in the book that we've been reading is called Possible Possessions, and the first story says, The Car Accident. Julie, Christine, Nora, and Tiffany were having a sleepover, and Christine suggested that they play with a Ouija board. Julie didn't want to play. She thought it was too cliche. Also a bit evil anyway. That really rhymed. Christine, Nora, and Tiffany didn't care though, and played for hours while Julie just watched. They made contact with a spirit whose name was Gabby. She told the girls the story of her death. Gabby had died in a car accident. She had crashed head-on into a tree and the branch impaled her in the stomach. Soon after hearing the story, Christine started feeling strange. She started screaming and crying, saying she had extreme pains in her stomach and back. She could hardly breathe sitting up, so the other girls laid her down on a bed. She was resting, and there was nothing else for the girls to do, so they decided to play with the Ouija board some more. The girls managed to contact the spirit almost immediately. It was Gabby again. "Did you do that to Christine?" asked Nora. The planchette moved to yes. "Why?" she asked. Gabby responded, "I was mad." Just then, the planchette began flying around the board at top speed, making a figure 8. "Say goodbye," said Julie. "I think that means the spirit is evil." Nora and Tiffany didn't listen. They were curious if this was really the same spirit. "What's your name?" asked Tiffany. The planchette moved to H and stopped there. It didn't move again. Finally, the girls decided to say goodbye and close the board. Shortly after, at their sleepover, they noticed that they all had bruises on their stomachs in the exact same place. Frightened, Julie got her rosary and Bible and the 4 girls prayed. Knowing the spirit could somehow enter their bodies and harm them, they vowed to never use a Ouija board again. I can't imagine. Oh my god, I can't imagine. She's like, I got in a car accident, and then all of a sudden you have the pains of the car accident. Like, how does that happen? How? I don't get it. But this next story says, all I saw was black. And I'm gonna lean against the door because my back is really hurting today, so I'm leaning against the door. Josh had always been interested in the paranormal, which is why Ouija boards scared him. He thought it was best to be cautious with the spirits and took the don't ever touch a Ouija board, they're nothing but trouble approach. That was until Heather, his 13-year-old sister, begged him to play. 3 of her friends, Jana, Chloe, and Shannon, were over for a sleepover and insisted that the 4 of them weren't generating enough energy to attract the spirits. Josh agreed, though reluctantly, and spent an hour researching ways to protect against bad spirits online before beginning. Josh had the girls bring white tea lights and place them throughout the room. The board was crudely made, nothing more than a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. The 5 of them gathered around the board, and Josh noticed that their positions made the shape of a pentagram. As a Catholic, this irked him, but he shrugged it off, not knowing what difference it would really make. They managed to make a few contacts, but nothing particularly interesting happened. Then, one spirit started getting very talkative before abruptly ceasing communication. The planchette stopped moving, and no matter what questions they asked, it wouldn't move. They decided to say goodbye and try again. Just then, the planchette moved sharply towards the edge of the board. Chloe screamed and pulled her hands away. Then suddenly the planchette tipped sideways. Josh quickly took control of the planchette, moved it to goodbye, and then flipped the board over. Josh looked over at Heather and saw that she was wearing a look of shock. Maybe she was just scared, but she was staring directly into Josh's eyes. No blinking, no movement. Chloe decided to nudge Heather, but she didn't move. "Are you okay?" asked Josh. "Stop it now. This isn't funny." Still, Heather didn't respond. After sitting silently for a little longer, Heather suddenly gasped deeply as her hands flew to her throat. Her hands tightened. Somehow she was trying to strangle herself. Everyone was shocked and didn't know what to do, but after about 5 seconds, Heather released herself. She calmed down, her breathing slowed, and then she said, "What happened?" "Oh, as if you don't know," said Josh, certain she was messing around and trying to scare them. "No, I seriously have no idea. What the hell happened? All I saw was black." This really scared Josh, but he knew what to do. He took all the girls outside and they ripped up the paper board and then burned it. Once the board was completely gone, Heather told the others that she had a feeling of relief. It's like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. They went back inside and Heather revealed to Josh that actually this wasn't the first strange experience she'd had with a Ouija board. When Jana stayed over last time, she and her mom were seeing ghosts in the house after playing. Suddenly, Jana glanced towards Heather's bedroom. "I can see a man with no shirt on and brown hair. He just walked into your bedroom." They all decided that was enough Ouija for the night. For Josh, one thing was for sure. He he would never touch a Ouija board again. Neither would I. Neither would I. And like I said, it's going to be a short video, and there's a truck passing by. This is the last story I'm going to read. It says, Bellflower. 16-year-old Alexandra and her brother Sergio were visiting family in Mexico during the summer of 2014. They met up with their cousin Fernando and decided to play with a Ouija board to try and contact the spirits of Alexandra and Sergio's parents, who had died when they were very young. In a community where shamanism is more commonly practiced than many would think, the orphans were told by their guardians to take brugmansia, a poisonous plant that locals call bellflower. I'm not saying that correctly, I know I'm not. Brugmanisa. It would bring them closer to the spirit world. The three took the drug together. No one could tell you who or what they managed to contact that day, but after a few minutes of playing, they all appeared possessed. Alexandra was the most affected. She started to growl and thrash, as if in some unbreakable trance. Sergio and Fernando started having hallucinations, that is, until they started to lose both their sight and hearing in a matter of minutes. Then the three children started trying to hurt themselves. We tried to pray for them and to get them to pray as well, but it only made the demons who had taken control of them angrier, said Maria Quimano, the guardian of the children. I thought they were going to lose their minds. There's a lot of shamanism in the hills where we live, and I was terrified when I saw what the Ouija board had done to them. Maria called on a Catholic priest to perform an exorcism, but since they weren't regular churchgoers in the town, the priest refused. She had no choice but to take the three to the hospital. Maria called paramedics who had to restrain Alexandra to keep her from hurting herself or others. Shockingly, it was all caught on camera. She was speaking in tongues, in a voice no one could recognize. "I'm going to die," Alexandra said in the ambulance, laughing. "What are you laughing about?" the paramedic responded. "Why are you going to die? You have to get better. Your family is waiting for you." "They will die," she said. "They had involuntary movements, and it was difficult to transfer them to the nearest hospital because they were so erratic," said Victor de Mesa, the Tepalcin director of public safety. I'm not saying that correctly either. I'm not going to say a lot of this correctly. I'm sorry. It appeared as if they were in a trance-like state, apparently after playing with the Ouija board. They spoke of feeling numbness, double vision, blindness, deafness, hallucinations, muscle spasm, and difficulty swallowing. No one at the hospital knew what was wrong with them medically, so doctors gave them anti-stress medication, painkillers, and some eye drops. Slowly, Alexandra calmed down and the boys regained their senses. What happened to the children that night with the Ouija board, we may never know. Alexandra, Sergio, and Fernando don't remember, but Maria and the rest of the family are convinced they were possessed. Worse still, they think it's possible the evil spirits linger. Who can tell? And then when I film the next video for this, it'll be the final video. We are on Releasing the Demons. That's the chapter that we're on. Releasing the Demons. Are you kidding me? This is going to be a very short video. Very, very short video. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I really can't do anything about it. I'm pretty sure the next section, the stories are a little bit longer. So the last video of this might be a little bit longer than this one, but it's still going to be a shorter video. I'm not going to apologize anymore. I'm just not. It is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed anyways, even though, like I said, it's really short. This is a really short video. And I will see you in the next one. I am busy! Bye! I have nothing to say. I'm going to answer this phone call, so... I'm filming. Just my boyfriend. Just my boyfriend. Little boyfriend things. He calls me when he's at work. You know, it's just... But okay, I'm really going to go because I need to edit this video before my puppies wake up. So I'm going to see ya.